Swata did whip out this Dusk last weekend, I believe, and it did pretty well, but you don't really get to see Dusk in twos much at all, and so it should be fun to observe. I mean, with that orb, has the ability to convert, has really strong signatures. I feel like some of the struggle from Swata in singles came in the ability to convert into those signatures, but with the teammate, they should be able to find some real early KOs.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good stuff working for this Dust that almost makes me surprised it hasn't come into twos earlier, just because, like you said, lots of good setup on that orb kit, also the spear, which he's doing so much work with. Down like ground pound, gets the first stock towards the blue team, and a nice pickup from TM for the side stick to take out Zyder.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like a commanding lead for the blue team to start. We'll see if an answer back happens. That's the start of something right there, and you can see Swata still trying to swing on Kazumi, but nothing quite yet. I think Zyder and Kazumi are going to have to take a bit of a backpedal here and kind of slow down and see if they're able to find what they need to adjust.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a learning period. I know, like, they can take down Swata and basically make this one even, but still, like, they're kind of playing from behind. You're not seeing that big momentum swing the way that the blue team's been able to get some nice pickups.
Swata trying to set up for a team combo right there. Doing a pretty good job getting these pogos as well, but Zyder hovering just above Swata, getting that Zyder. Need to get a stock here. Nice little save coming out from TM with that recovery.
Yo, and Swata still living on that first stock. TM's going to be the one to take him down, but both red team members getting into the red, so definitely worth Swata surviving that long.
Oh yeah, now both members of the red team super damaged. We might see a neutral sig come out. No, looks like we're actually going to see TM fall first before he gets the chance. But if he picks up a spear now, we might see some down sigs.
Okay, nice recovery there from Swata. Actually manages to take down Zyder, so the lead swings back in favor of the blue team. If Kazumi can survive, this might be all right, but going to be hard to do with that deep red, and that recovery from Swata will take down the stock.
Okay, but still not too bad, right? I mean, you got TM down to the final stock. Zyder and Kazumi can just go ahead and sandwich TM here if they want to, and Kazumi getting great damage. Got a read on the dodge as well on TM, so that's going to add up to a lot there, but they have to be quick. TM's getting too many hits here. Zyder's losing the 1v1 versus Swata. Kazumi needs to get over there.
Oh, you can see Kazumi tries to make that rotation, puts out a hitbox, but Swata catches both red team members, and the gravity cancel. Swata going to close out game number 1.
Yeah, that was a pretty flashy finish for that first game there. I think we really saw things start to crumble kind of when Zyder was left in that 1v1 versus Swata. I mean, I couldn't tell you off memory what their head-to-head is in singles, but I know Swata definitely has the upper hand there. And so kind of leaving, you know, a world champion along with Zyder for that long is going to be a recipe for disaster. And I think Kazumi recognized it. It was just a little bit too late.
Yeah. The second Zyder was out of there, you can see Swata and TM really were like, okay, this is over. We just got to take them down in our 1v1s. Here we go into game number 2. No character swaps on either side. Kazumi and Zyder definitely had some potential. You saw it start to come out towards the tail end, but we'll see if they can take it out early this time.
Oh, and you can see Zyder still going for Swata. Yeah, like the little target swap here to try to give Kazumi some space, but Zyder seems to have Swata in his reticle. It's interesting to watch. Wow, okay. Interesting interaction there, but everyone's going to survive, so it's worth, I guess.
Ooh, TM saw some people in that KO potential. Starts throwing out those hitboxes, throwing out those signatures.
Man, Swata is swinging. Zyder narrowly avoiding some of these hits here. TM with that Rocket Lance trying to pick up one as well. Maybe get a neutral sig, maybe a side sig. Ooh, nice recovery. Yeah, from Swata. Just goes right in there, presses that heavy attack button, and gets one off the top.
Yeah, it was a great follow-up off of TM's setup there. That side light and air can only go for a read afterwards on the Lance. Both blue team members still surviving here.
Okay. Big damage coming out here. Kazumi already in the red. Zyder soon to follow, hitting the orange right now. They need to find some sort of blow. At this point, most things will KO, but they both don't have a weapon. This is the worst spot to be. A beautiful anti-air neutral sig from Swata, trying to catch people jumping above. And look how fast the recovery is on that signature, right? Swata can just whiff it and throw it out again. Talk about that. Neutral sig goes and uses it yet again to catch Kazumi, and that's going to be the first stock of TM falling, but Swata still has 3. And as I say it, the curse comes true, and he finally loses that first stock, but at this point, it might be too late.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to at least stop the 6 stock from happening, but this is looking pretty dire for this red team. As Zyder deep red and Kazumi's already on that final stock. Kazumi definitely just kind of getting picked apart here by Swata.
Come on now. Playing off the stage, Zyder maybe doesn't want to do that. Yeah, gets pogoed. Can't make it back. I think I was trying to get a quick one just because they were so far behind. I don't know if Kazumi's going to make it back here. Wow, that gravity cancel side light picked up so low. It's that swooping motion from that side light really coming in clutch, because otherwise, other weapons, that might have whiffed.
Yeah, it dips down a little bit, so going for that gravity cancel actually gives you a little bit of extra hitbox that would normally go into the stage. Kazumi, though, just trying to survive here. Nice. Down like ground pound. Swata just wants more damage before finishing off the stock. Right side, Zyder with the punish for the KO.
Oof, yeah, this one's going to be tough. I mean, Kazumi's one hit away here, trying to kind of hover and float, gets caught by the D-Light recovery, isn't going to be able to hang on, and now Zyder left in a 2v1, gets caught by the gravity cancel side tick, and just says, you know what, go next, and I respect it because I don't think that comeback was happening. Yeah,
against 3 stocks, with the way that Swata is playing these 1v1s right now, that was definitely a little bit too tall of a task to ask for.
And I don't really know what the answer is here. I mean, Kazumi only did 218 damage, while everyone else, you know, we have Zyder in the 430, so, like, doing an okay amount, but still, like, not enough, especially if your partner's doing that much. It means Zyder has to be the carry in terms of damage, and I can see Zyder dashing forward into the fray, trying to just be that person to soak up all the aggression, and they just kind of, like, beat him up and then ignore him and go straight to Kazumi. And so it's a really tough spot to be in. I don't know that like a legend swap will really help here unless Kazumi has like a pocket that they think could really do some damage here, because the Rocket Lance is doing okay. It's doing okay, I guess, but it's not enough. They need something. There's no axe. I don't think we've seen really much, if any, axe from Kazumi.
I think he was throwing out a couple like Sairs, some Nairs, but nothing like major. It's tough because it really does feel like the blue team has just kind of pointed a finger at Kazumi and says that guy's not going to get to play Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
And they're picking him apart. Zyder, like you said, is definitely trying to come in and really just trying to help out wherever possible. But blue team just they have beef against Kazumi is the way it feels.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to exist.
It does feel extremely personal. Hopefully game 3 on Miami Dome is going to be a little bit different, but only time will tell. I think the biggest thing here is that we're going to need more team combos from the red team. Like, well, when it comes to fighting people who are just, you know, for all intents and purposes, like, statistically better than you, right, as far as placings go, those team combos really help bridge the gap in Punish game. But they haven't really gotten those. Here's an opportunity. Zyder manages to get a double, which is actually super worth. And they need more scenarios like that. If you're able to capitalize your bang for your buck, it could really lead to some advantages.
Yeah, and you know what? Red team, they're kind of doing it. They're not necessarily getting team combos, per se, but they're finding where the blue team gets a little too close to each other, and they're completely capitalizing. Swata not going to fall there, but man, Zyder wants that KO.
Yeah, he's swinging. That was at least like 4 different attempts there to try and close out the stock. I think Zyder can feel just how important the stock leads are going to be here, and that ground pound's going to go ahead and do it. Aggressive option time and time again by Zyder, trying to keep this lead for as long as they possibly can, but Kazumi has lost that first stock yet again. Zyder falls immediately after, and it's like, you didn't really get to do anything with that lead, and now Kazumi's getting beat up 2v1 again. Yeah,
now they're just having a repeat of those initial stocks. Again, Zyder catches everybody stacked up, and that's completely worth, even if Kazumi's in the middle of that mix, getting both blue team members with it as well. That's great damage.
Alright, and Kazumi gets 1 nair and backs up, tries to get a punish here. I'm going to need to see more here. Not doing a great job versus TM, manages to get a 2-hit right there. Ooh, Swata with a wild breathe there, not going to connect, but this is possible for the red team right now, and Zyder staying on the hill of aggressive option.
Dude, the mix coming out from Swata there had the downlight. Zyder came in for the side air to try to interrupt, and then Swata just kind of fell for a hot sec and then started up the recovery, so Zyder ended up whiffing and then eating that recovery from below.
Okay, and Zyder's waiting for that weapon spawn. Is Kazumi going to take it? I think Zyder should take it first, but
oop, that's your teammate.
That's going to work out there. Hold on. Oh, once into it. Oh, could have been an opportunity to get another KO.
Dude, Swata's trying to get as many KOs as he can, but TM comes in, gets a sidelight side air. He's dominating because his teammate was the one that KO'd him.
So where things start to look dire again. Kazumi trying to sit on the back foot, just waiting on the right side of the stage, Zyder needs a weapon, though. Kazumi stalling doesn't help if Zyder is unarmed. Zyder can't do this without a weapon. And so Kazumi's just hoping. And finally, Zyder manages to find one and then immediately gets some friendly fire. But despite that, I mean, you can see Kazumi's not throwing out attacks, just stalling, waiting for Zyder to go ahead, run up in front, try to get some aggression started off, and then maybe try to follow up. And Zyder's trying his best, but it ends up being him peeling and not him aggressing.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Kazumi's trying to be like this big old target waving around, trying to get attention, but ends up getting caught there. Swata with the N-Sig, and TM's going to let him do this 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, made Kazumi look irrelevant, right? And at this point, TM just going to keep charging these down SIGs probably in the corner. Zyder's back on the stage, throwing out these signatures, getting combos.
Whoa!
Yo, this is probably lit if Zyder can get any one of these, and he absolutely fails at that task. And that's going to be a 3-0 and a handshake coming out from Swata and TM. Kazumi and Zyder just really couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up.
It was a tortoise and a hare, and unfortunately the track was just a little too short for the tortoise have time before the hare just kind of ran across that one. TM and Swata just